14 years ago is my best time of being a kid. I got a good life, economy is being stable, no political horror, 2012 being the end of the world or something. But we also have Pokemon at its peak, Bakugan, and Beyblade. But dude, I think I prefer having it in the middle though. Beyblades is a spinning tops table game which you play with the boys on the playground. You bring out that stadium and let it rip. I was so poor back then to buy an actual stadium, so I brought an ice cream bucket. Me and the boys were playing so hard, I was literally like Kiyoya with the Rock Leone boys. I was cooking hard with those attack types, and boys, the show was cooking with the Gary Stew and the mid-tier Beyblade that is Pegasus. It didn't even stand a chance against my Rock Leone. Psych! But guys and gals, even though the spinning tops were so fun and all, I've realized the top of the meta was just the one who can spin the longest and the heaviest, which made me sad. When people just brought their stamina and defensive base to the playground, it got boring so fast, I'm telling you. Next thing you know is you're waiting 10 minutes for those tiny tops to fall down. But when those tops stop spinning at the same time and you can't decide who won, so you have to let it rip for another 10 minutes and get nothing done. Oh man, that's the worst. That until Burst showed up, where Beyblade now pops and you get more points than the guy who survives the longest. This era of Beyblade is so unique until they got bigger and bigger and be somehow unburstable. Like, by that point, why call it Burst?
I'm ruined.
It literally is just the original Beyblade series from 20 years ago. What? Although this Beyblade era has great designs. Doesn't help that the anime fell down with every new season. Seriously, even the US Beyblades aren't even that accurate anymore. The quality is down under the mud, man.
Oh my god! What is that?
But after all the chaos that is Beyblade Burst final seasons, the company behind Beyblade, Takara from the land of the rising sun, decided to reboot the series again.
Okay.
When I first heard about the reboot, it sounded like a bad idea. With Burst, you've done all you can with the gimmicks. I think they can't do anything else to improve. Oh my goodness! They took all the best parts from the previous generations and combined it into something unique. The spinning plastic tops, metal blades, explosions, and a better point system with a sleek new stadium. Look at how this thing looks. It looks clean. It's perfect.
Everything, down to the last minute details.
No more cat bowl design. Now now with a concave dome in the middle of the stadium and side railings that makes attack types useful for real, and makes old strategies obsolete. Strategies like tornado stall, flower pattern, etc., etc. The whole game has changed. It's mind-boggling. How did they design this? We still have most of the winning conditions, but they added an extreme finish which gives you a 3-point score. This makes the game less boring and not have a stamina dominant meta in theory when the unthinkable happened. Everything went back to how it was originally when Wizard Rod came into the fray. The whole game became stamina dominant once again, although you would still be able to win with an attack type if you're lucky. Most tournaments outright ban the blade because it's just too good. The Japanese competitive scene has a point reduction system for the blade instead of a ban. Well, it's not a reduction per se. You have to give 1 point to your opponent when using the listed ban parts, which is a much better system than just banning the blade. Even though the blade is very, very hard to knock out, it just takes practice. And that's what I like about Beyblade. But over the past few months, with new parts being released, the game somehow always tries to balance itself, with most of the blades spinning clockwise rotation. A new blade, and the only blade currently that can spin anti-clockwise, is Cobalt Dragoon. We don't talk about the X-Over project. And those ones are pretty much meant for collection.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
This Cobalt Dragoon Bay single-handedly balanced the stamina dominant Wizard Rod by equalizing its spin. Equalizing, some might call it spin stealing, is a fan favorite gimmick from all the past generations of Beyblade. I mean, how could it not be satisfying to see when the stamina dominant spinning top gets outperformed by the anti-clockwise rotation? How this works is, usually most of the Beyblades spin clockwise, but since only a select few Beyblades are left spin, those left spins can spin steal and equalize with the right spin, and that's why it's called spin stealing. It steals the spinning from the other Beyblades and use it against them. That's why it's such a fan favorite gimmick. And we still haven't had a dual rotation Beyblade, but that's the thing with Beyblade X. It's so cool watching it grow, having a legit tournament, and becoming a real sports what the company wanted it to be. Just like most fighting games, in Beyblade there's a rock, paper, scissors triangle, where the typing goes as follows. Attack focuses on attacking with massive hit and usually don't tend to have a lot of stamina. Defense focuses on counter attack with decent stamina. Stamina focusing on, like the name suggests, stamina, but has no attack power. And the in between is balance type, a jack of all trade, but depending on the blade and how the user uses it. An attack type would beat stamina. Stamina beats defense, and defense beats attack, while balance type is in the middle of the cycle. But this triangle doesn't determine the outcome at all most of the time. There are ways to beat most type and using them effectively. Casuals will say, just let it rip. No, it's not farts, okay? This is not let it rip fart, okay?
Brother, this guy stinks!
Okay, just let it rip and then watch it happen. Well, that is true, but not really. If you know the pattern of the bit, then you can turn that table upside down and have mid-tier Beyblades be great. That's what makes Beyblade X so special. Then the other generations, we never have any form of Beyblade combination that could win against the meta combo. Usually when an insane combo drops and dominates the game, it's physically impossible to beat them. But having these railings makes attack types create a high risk, high reward. A common pattern in previous Beyblade is that if you have a heavy stamina blade, you can win pretty much every game. But by inheriting burst mechanics and having extreme finish conditions, stamina became less dominant. There's literally no reason for this generation being bad at all. It took all the past generation to create something unique and well developed that no other spinning top could ever dream of creating. We're talking like Begoma, Levitron, Battling Tops, Gussing Panka, etc, etc. None of those has ever dreamed to create something so intense as this and have a balanced game where every style can work. So many combos and even scientific combinations. There are even brave souls out there trying to get the worst blades to be competitively viable. That's crazy. So even in that aspect, the game is technically much more cheaper to get into than the other tabletop games like trading cards. You could just use what you have and practice with and create your own technique to show it out to the world. Side note, the stupid Bay Gacha system literally ruins the affordability of the game. How could a Beyblade cost $200? I have been trying to get Pegasus and oh no! The future of Beyblade X looks bright, and when the community grows, it just gets you excited to see where it goes from here. Well, that's all, folks. Oh yeah, by the way guys, I am opening up an eBay store. I sell Beyblade parts, Beyblade products. Come check it out. The eBay store is Indonesian based. We ship it from Indonesia and we accept international orders. Come check it out. It helps out the channel a lot. This is Gizmo Hay logging on. I just know. Oh my dude, yes! Now that's an overfinish, dude. Won't shoot. Now I'm doing it, dude. Fucking This is why people wear gloves, dude. Bro,